the Leerosebud. It's me, Black Rose. We're already getting an update. Literally a day later, we're getting an update about this scammer. It has been even more confirmed in my brain that she is a scammer. But before I get into the story, I'm going to address a few comments, or a comment I got from someone. This lady will not find my YouTube channel, as she found me on Instagram. And though I have my Instagram named on my YouTube, I do not have my YouTube named on my Instagram. So, absolutely I have the right to say that she is a scammer and get upset, as the way she's acting is, she basically was being really, I don't want to talk about money at all. And I've done enough, had enough scammers come and try and get free art out of me. I know the signs at this point. When you learn what to look for from a scammer, you can recognize it right away. So, yeah. And now let's get to the story. She finally messaged me back after I had sent her a message being like, look, if you're not going to send me the first half up front, I'm not going to start on your drawing at all. And she's like, okay, well, we took a check out from our son's savings account. Again, the kid's like 3, so, okay. And they're like, so we were going to take out a check for $180 to pay you, which, first of all, is already a red flag right there, because that's way above the $80 I was asking for. Side note, also, no, I was not being, like, iffy about asking that price for my art. I'm confident in my art and the prices I ask for it. It's just she was the one that was being, like, iffy about it. And, yeah. She was the one that's just like, okay, well, I have to talk to my husband about this price. That's quite a high price kind of thing. Whatever. So, she says that her husband's going to take a check out through their manager from their child savings account for $180, which is a red flag already. Among the other red flags, that's a red flag, 'cause I only asked for $80. Why are you taking out $180? No, that's too much. I'm not accepting that much, obviously. So, and she's like, okay, but we accidentally took out a check for $1,800. So can we just give it to you to deposit and you can send us back the extra? Any young artist that watches this, never, ever accept that. Let me tell you what they're trying to do here, huh? Yeah. So what they're trying to do is trying to get you to deposit the check and then immediately send them the extra money before the check is fully processed. Because you're like, yeah, they gave me a check, I'll just send them back from my account and then it'll all come back when the check processes, and then the check is going to bounce. Every time without fail, it's going to bounce. Because that's what scammers do. It is such a common scam for people that sell things, like artists. And it always starts with them being really flaky about paying, wanting you to start drawings before you pay. You never start a drawing before you get half that payment up front if you are asking for payment up front. You never start, because then they're just going to be like, oh, you already started, can I just have what you've got so far? No. They will not pay if you start before payment. That's just the unfortunate thing. Like, if you ask for payment up front. If you don't ask for payment up front and you start and then ask for all payment when you get it, it's a 50-50. Honestly, I hate to say it, but that's the reason why you ask for payment up front, is because if you do the drawing and then you don't, or you do the art piece and you don't ask for payment up front, you're putting yourself at risk to lose out on all of that time and energy and money for supplies or anything if they back out. You're on the hook for that. that's why you ask for half up front. Or some people that do physical artwork only, not digital, like paintings and stuff, will ask for supply costs up front, and then will charge the hourly time after. And that's an option too. But most people will just give someone a quote and charge half up front. Anyway. So I'm telling her at this point for the check, I am extremely uncomfortable with this. I do not feel comfortable with this. Why don't you just write up a new check instead for the only half of the $80, for only like the $40 that I'm asking for right now. She's like, oh, but it has your name on it. You have to cash it in. So, no, you can just rip up the check. Oh, but we can only take a check out every 6 months because it's a child savings account. That's not how it works, honey. That is not how it works. Anyone tells you that, that's not how it works. You do your research, you look up how it works. That's not how it works. She specifically called it a child savings account. And that's just a bank account for a child, basically. I looked this up. It's a savings account for your child to use. There's no limit to how much you can take out or anything like that. It's like with normal savings accounts. You can take stuff out of your savings account. But children don't have fees. So no, so I told her, look, I'm very uncomfortable with this whole situation right now. I'm going to be declining your commission as I have reason to suspect you are trying to scam me. And I straight up said that. Because honestly, it's very suspicious. So, and then she retorts. Last message I got from her, I asked her not to contact me again, mind you, as well. So she just sends me back a message, why would I try and scam you? That sounds embarrassing. Never thought of it that way. Obviously, no one in the world is a scammer because it would be so embarrassing to them. No. Honey, no. So, yeah, that was a waste of my time. A huge waste of my time. Trying to get this lady to pay me money that I was never going to get for the art and stuff that I am not going to do. I've blocked her, and I don't need business like that because it's not even business. That being said, if any of y'all want to commission me, that would be very great. I could really use the money I'm trying to save up for school. And $6,500 is not easy to come by when jobs are very scarce in my area. But thank you guys for listening to me rant again. Sorry that the comments were turned off for the first little bit on the video, the previous one. I'm not sure why that happened, but I figured out how to turn them back on. And I will figure it out with this one too if they get turned off. But yeah, thanks. Rock on and goodbye.